In this video, I'm going to show you how to teach your child to say the k or k sound. Hi, I'm Jane from Talking Made Easy. I'm a qualified speech and language pathologist, and today we are going to look at ways to teach the k or k sound for a child who is not able to say it yet. First of all, we will look at when this sound usually becomes available for a child. We will then identify whether this is a good sound for you to be targeting with your child today. And finally, I will show you some useful tips and tricks for teaching the k sound. There is a range of normal when it comes to children acquiring new speech sounds. We have early, mid, and late developing sounds. K or K tends to fit into the middle sounds and is generally acquired around 4 years old. This is an approximate time frame and does not have to be strictly stuck to. However, it can be helpful to know as if you have a young one who is struggling with clarity, you can get an idea of whether their challenge with a sound is expected for their age and waiting it out is the best option, or whether you think perhaps you should give them some extra support. However, it can be helpful to know as if you have a young one who is struggling with clarity, you can get an idea of whether their challenge with a sound is expected for their age and waiting it out is the best option, or whether you think perhaps you should give them some extra support. In my practice, I personally take age of acquisition into account, but I'm more inclined to identify two things. Can the child I'm working with do this sound with my help? And will them having this sound available in their speech sound system be beneficial to their overall clarity? If the answer to both of these questions is yes, then it is a good sound to work on. So the first step is to identify, can the child do the sound? But how do we do this if we haven't heard them use the k or k sound before? The first step to take here is to model the sound for your child and see if they can repeat it back to you. Simply sit face to face with them so that they have a clear view of your mouth and with some exaggerated articulation, make the sound. K, k, k. If they can copy you, then you can move on to practicing the sound. If you are ready to move to this stage, see my video on practicing a new speech sound in the link above. If your child is unable to copy the sound straight away, we can try and give a few more cues and techniques to teach them how to do it. The most common substitution I see for a k or a k sound is a t. So for the word cat, you may hear your child say tat. So that you can understand what is happening here, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the tongue placement for each of the sounds t and k. For a t sound, the front of the tongue goes up. And for a k, the front of the tongue needs to go down while the back of the tongue goes up. K, k. So this is essentially the opposite movement. To help your child make the switch, we can use a finger or a spoon handle. You could use a popsicle stick or something similar that you can place gently on the front of their tongue to hold it down as they practice their k. You will need what I call gentle firmness as you press down, as that tongue tip will want to wiggle its way around whatever it is that's holding it down to find the roof of the mouth. With gentle firmness, you can hold the front down and practice your k. Once your child gets more comfortable with the sound, you can reduce the amount that you use the device that is holding the tongue. Another way to practice this sound is to lay down on the floor and let gravity help out. By lying on your back, gravity encourages the back of the tongue to fall back and towards the roof of the mouth, into the k position. You could make this fun by playing dead ants while practicing your k sound and waving your arms and legs around. If you want to, you can use your tongue holder device and lay on your back for maximum support in producing the sound, so that there is the tongue being held and gravity supporting the tongue to go backwards. During k or k sound practice, I like to add a hand gesture, holding my hand up to my throat to bring a visual and tactile element to the idea that the sound is back rather than forward in terms of where it is being produced. This can be helpful for children simply to observe, and some even like to do it themselves. Please note that some children are resistant to something being put in their mouth, and if this is the case for your child, then please go slowly and don't be too pushy. It is quite invasive, so to begin with, you may demonstrate yourself, making it seem really fun. You may include other family members to have a go. Again, making it seem like it's really fun. During this time, you can offer your child a turn without expectation of them doing it. For many children, when they see others doing something and recognise that they have a choice and that they don't actually have to join in if they don't want to, makes them want to have a go. Give this a go and be sure to strike a balance of creating opportunity but also not pushing too hard. At the end of the day, confidence is key to success. If this means taking a break or trying a different sound for a while and then returning to the k sound, then this is okay. In fact, I'd encourage it. If there's something easier that can be worked on, you can always revisit the k later. Keep it fun, keep it positive, and if they're having difficulty, just practice in short bursts every day. Keeping their confidence and willingness to have a go is the most important element. There is no need to push too hard. They will get there in their own time, as long as there is lots of opportunity to practice and lots of models. Once your child can do their k sound, you can move from teaching to practicing the sound. Click on my next video, Practicing a New Speech Sound, to get the steps you need to take the k sound to a place of mastery. Have fun with the k and happy chatting.